We're just out and about. But I wanted to come on and let you all know the Disco Ball Warrior merch is now started as a collection in our merch store. So you guys can go check that out. I was very excited to actually be able to put that up. We have a notebook, some travel mugs, a travel mug with handle, shirt, and I also uploaded a logo shirt with long sleeves because we're getting into the fall and the cold weather, guys. And on the left or right sleeve, I can't remember, I think it's the left, I have Stay Connected down the sleeve. So the logo's on the front and the Stay Connected is down on the sleeve. So go check out. There was some new stuff added. I hope everybody is doing well. Got the stuff out that I needed to, that we were giving just a little something for those going on the cruise. So get that off to Cricket today. Mailed out our first connection cake to the person that named the connection cake. So thank you very much. That got mailed out today. Hi Life, how are you? Hi Brazy Girl. And we are just been kind of running errands. We just went to not Sam's Club, Walmart, and we're gonna stop off, and my mom wants to get a yard flag for Christina, and then we're gonna go get something for dinner and head home because I'm tired. I actually feel for the first time today like I'm back to myself. I chose, usually our counseling day is today, and I called my counselor last night and said, I'm really tired. And I slept till like 10 o'clock, and I just feel today like I'm kind of getting back to me again, which is really good because I've really felt like my body has been like, you just don't have anything left to give after Patty left. Be praying. Patty is dealing with a cold, which under her condition at this time, that can be not so good. So be praying that she feels better, to enjoy what time she has here left. Please go check out we have to add some more. Hi Anthony J. We have to add some more of the videos that have come out to the playlist where it says Fall Fest. But you can go check out Gail Southern Living and go check out the Fall Fest official playlist. So if you could go over there, watch those videos, make sure you're subscribed to those channels. There's some great channels doing it. And comment if you want, if you live in the United States, if you can share them out, if you can share our Fall Fest video out, that would be great. I'd be very much appreciative of just going over and supporting that. Hi DJ. So if you all could do that, that would be very much appreciated. And I would greatly appreciate it. There are some people that have been rocking our playlist, guys, and I cannot thank you enough. If you have a Facebook, if you can share our channel out, we are only about 66 away from 1,000, and I think with the updating of the watch hours that are happening, they're going to happen. We just want to make sure we kind of get it done before the year's up, and I think we will if we'll work together. So anything to help would be appreciative. We can do it all if we do it together. Remember that there is Super Chats now available and memberships on this channel. There's 2 tiers. So if anybody's interested, you do not have to, but remember that's a great way of supporting your content creator. And if you can't do that, just go watch some of their stuff, because it's another way that you can support them if you're not able to give to Super Chats and memberships. Is another great way of supporting your YouTube content creator. Boy, the sun is bright. Mm-hmm. Are we going by, will we see that or no?
The fancy place?
Yeah.
No.
No. Well,
but I can still go by if you want.
One of these days I will take you by. Maybe if I can even be able to do a tour, but I think my daughter wants to come with. We don't live very far from. Hi, Butler family. Thank you so much for all you're doing for us. I really, really appreciate it. And I actually sent you something in the mail today just as a little thank you from us. So be looking out for that. The actual, were these the ones that they went over to get there?
The detour.
For going over train tracks.
Do you want me to take the detour?
If you want to, you can. So anyway, we may be sliding by someplace real quick. But anyway, I just am really appreciative. So be look on the lookout because I mailed you something today. When people and channels go out to me and do what they're doing to help us, I just feel like I would like to give a little nod and say thank you so much.
Hard hat and dress required.
On the road, September 20th next week. So will be different availabilities of content again. Oh, awesome! That'll be awesome to see all that. That'll be really cool. We are actually going to stop by. Does anybody? Those who do, they can put like a 5 in the chat. Does anybody have seen? It's one of those days today. My hair. Has anybody seen Shawshank Redemption? If you have, put a 5 in the chat. Because we don't.
You're about to see
we don't live very far from it. Those that have will probably recognize it. Now they're probably closed, so we won't be able to get in possibly. But you guys, I will show you the outside of it. One of these days, I'm hoping to go in and to actually take a tour of it. But I have not yet, because my daughter wants to go in and actually do it with me.
I am not doing a ghost tour with this.
So
it will not happen.
Okay, I'm going to turn it around when we can come out there, because they're closed now, but you can see it. They're preparing for something. So here we go. So those that know, there's the Ohio State Reformatory. We were literally in the area. So those that seen the movie, there is the there is the prison that the Shawshank movie, and those cars that are sitting there are the actual cars that were used in the movie. Like I said, they're closed, so we can't go in, but that is the actual movie set, or where it was filmed at.
Movie site.
There's a lot of different places around. When you go in front of it, just again. See the Ohio State Reformatory. We'll take you so see that's so that we can. That is the Ohio State Reformatory.
They're getting ready for Blood Prison, which is their Halloween-themed horror flick.
Yeah, I won't be participating in that, but that is, and there is always a lot of geese. Always, they've taken over. Literally, I wonder if it was like that, but that is the actual prison where the movie was filmed.
That room up there at the top of the spire is, on the other side of it is where the warden's office was.
Hold on a second. He's getting closer, guys, so you can see it. Now, see, you can see where, like you can see up there. I don't know if you can see it where the.
Is that good right there?
Yep. And there it is. There's the movie site. So if you ever come in the area of Mansfield, Ohio, you can come to where the prison was taken, or the movie was actually taken at.
Movie was recorded.
Recorded. I'll get it right in a minute. So taped, moved, whatever, filmed. But that is the Ohio State Reformatory.
This is the main building.
Well, Brazy, if you ever come here, you know who you got to visit.
There's a couple of other places that are part of the movie that aren't here.
Yeah. One of these times I'd like to take actually the tour, the bus, and go around and see, but there is That's Mansfield years ago, gamer. And do you not see the leaves? They're starting to turn. They're starting to turn. They're starting to turn. I get so excited the minute I see them. I love seeing the leaves turn. Tomorrow on My Other's Keeper, come over and support it. 6 o'clock her time, which is Canadian time, and 8 p.m. Eastern time. Mr. Buster Crochet, which is the person driving and talking, will be on discussing an issue that he has been diagnosed with last year that is extremely rare. It's a genetic mishap, condition, whatever you want to call it, and it would just be interesting.
Pain and Myri right after that.
So I hope you guys are going to come over to My Other's Keeper tomorrow and support him. On Monday, I'm getting together with Christina and 2 of her behavioral therapists talking about behavioral therapy within the home, how much that really impacted our family and made a huge difference in helping her with her autism. So those 2 ladies are going to come on. Usually when the services stop, there's not that connection, but there was such a friendship built that these ladies really stayed in Christina's life and have been very much of mentors for her, and dear friends of ours. So they're going to be coming on Monday and talking about their behavioral therapy within the home. They are licensed in this and all that kind of stuff. So they have a lot that they can give the community coming from it. And one of the ladies is actually has a brother with autism. So there's a lot of information there. I hope you guys will really enjoy. Yep, when I was 18, my friend flew a small Cherokee paper plane, and we flew it to meet an AOL friend. Oh, that's awesome. So, I hope you guys will join us for Monday, and I'll probably be doing something else. Fonzo will be doing a concert unless something happens on Saturday, and I will be on there. I was on there on Monday, and I've got to do some paint pouring, and that's what I forgot to grab while I was there.
Shucks.
Oh, I can grab it another day. We'll be doing some paint pouring. So the finished piece, I'll probably put some kind of giveaway or something. But that will be in the works. And I have an idea with collaborating with Christina's channel. I just need to discuss it with someone before hi Jenna, before I don't want them to feel like I'm stepping on their toes. So with that being said, as soon as I kind of go by that and make sure that they're okay with it, then I will let you all know. But please go check out Gail Southern Living, Broken Hearts Ministry, and Fall Fest. If you're U.S., this is a great way to find new channels and support, and be able to possibly get involved with the giveaway and win the prizes if you're the grand prize winner. So you'll see it on our channel, but I haven't added, I think I'm missing like 4 videos that came out yesterday and today, and I need to put them in the playlist. So go over and do that, and I will put that and add that in the description of this video. But you also can go to our playlist that we have on our channel and then go over and find Gail's and just make sure you've hit all of them. But great channels, and I'm glad to be in the mix of the collaboration with everybody. So I hope everybody's doing good. Again, check out our merch stuff. We added some disco ball stuff. Now I'm trying to figure out, and I don't know how I will quite do it. I kind of have it in my head and my idea about trying to figure out some way we can include a mocha wear. I don't quite know how I'm going to do it. There is a picture that I would like to see if somebody has a skill set. I know I could give it to Alfonso and he could do it, but I need somebody to take this picture and make it the availability of putting it somehow on some kind of logo. but I need to do something, and I don't know whether just put mocha, and that would just be sufficient with those wonderful, beautiful eyes. It's just the most awesome picture, kind of with her head tilted. And I want to do some mocha wear somehow. So I have it in my head. I just got to see if I can get somebody to take it the next step. Because it may be just enough with her popping her little head and having mocha underneath. And even we could put Blessed to Crochet and, underneath mocha or something. I don't know yet, but I have it in here. I just got to figure out how to get it out there, because I know it would be awesome. It would be really, really cute to have some mocha wear. I think it would be really cool. So I wanted to, we're out and about. I wanted to give you guys some updates. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is staying connected. I thought yesterday on the boat last night was so powerful with what Tommy was going through. And if he is listening to this, or he will watch it, or somehow it gets to him, I want him to know, you know what, Tommy, you have supported each and every one of us. If you're struggling or you're having a difficult day, let us be there to support you. That's what all of this started. That's what all of it's about. We are all here at the end to make sure that we're here to make sure no one suffers in silence, however you all need to do it. And that's why this channel was created, not for the crochet. We talk about it, but the top reason why this channel was created was for connection, nothing else. It is a place where people can come and have connections, and me is ever suffering in silence. And that's why we did it. And we have been tremendously blessed by it, and will continue to get blessings by having started it. We also are going to start on the 28th. Now, that may change because I have an idea for that, but for right now, I'm kind of thinking the 28th of every month, doing something called YouTube Chatter, and that is just a way for us to document things we've learned in our journey. It's because I think that there's going to be little things that we're going to forget as we grow, and I don't want to forget. I want to have them there for you guys that may think, oh, I won't want to start a channel. How do I do all this? And do I know everything? Far from it. Am I continuing to learn? Absolutely. But it's not as difficult as it looks. Is it a lot of work? Yeah. But I'm thankful that I'm not the only one doing it, because I could not do it if it was just me. There's no way. I would not have the ability to do it.
30 seconds.
From Hobby Lobby?
No. From the drop-off point.
Oh. So anyway, I hope everybody, it is a very bright day.
You ain't lying.
I mean, it's bright. But
I thought that was a person standing there.
It's not too cold yet. Leaves are starting to turn, but
What are you talking about?
It'll
be Thanksgiving Day, and it'll still be short weather.
So anyway, I hope everybody is doing good. Does anybody have any plans for the rest of the week? Are they just kind of getting through? Because I want to make sure that everybody is doing well, and keep connected. Find a way to do it.
Do you want to drop off, or is it still open?
We can just throw them in here.
I'll take care of it.
Hold on a second.
It's all dark in there.
We got to do drop off. Hold on a second.
Wait a minute, because the tape got stuck.
And, let's start talking too as we're dropping off for our ballot things. Okay. Safe and well, thank you.
That would be a groundhog.
That would be a groundhog. I don't think I've ever seen one up close.
That would be.
Let's start thinking, and I'm probably going to do it as carefully, I guess, as I can do it. Is kind of have the discussion, because I think as things kind of heat up in the world coming up here, I think there's going to be a lot of divide that doesn't need to be. We can come together and have differing opinions about whatever you believe, whatever political, how you vote politically and all that kind of stuff, and still at the end of the day be friends. And there should not be, if you do this or you vote this way, guys, friends that you have had and that are there for you, they're worth their weight in gold. They're absolutely precious. And it takes so long to build that connection and friendships. Let's not end them because they're voting a different way than you would like to see them vote, or feel a different way about a political issue than you feel. It's going to happen. There's going to be people that are going to divide, and divisiveness is going to happen. But at the end of the day, we can sit there and say, hey, I still called you my friend despite differing. And that's okay. But I think we can come up with and talk about how we do that. Now, at the end of the day, if somebody wants to do that, then are they really your friend? Well, probably not. But, there's just so many, to me, unnecessarily things that happen that don't need to happen. When we start putting in, certain political stuff, I think that if things are so different in how you feel politically, then maybe you should be saying to that friend, we're not discussing this. We're having a friendship, but if we can't discuss this peacefully, then we're not going to discuss it. And you can still find so much about a person through that we can still be friends and still get along without having to have all that underneath the surface. So I think that if we find some ways to talk about it, maybe just a little talking will help. Maybe it will change how somebody does it. I know from a personal perspective, it has happened in my life, and it really, really stinks. There's no need for it. And to me, I don't have to agree with you, but as long as you're an upstanding person and you're nice to me and you're honest and respectful and all of those things, guess what? We can get along with each other. I don't have to agree on everything. People want to know where we stand politically and morally. Go look at the Bible. I'm going to tell you, just go read it, because that's where we stand. And despite what the world has, we still need to, obey the rules and all that kind of stuff. But we're going back to the Bible. Now, that doesn't mean we need to hit everybody over the head with it. Absolutely not. We need to love people as Christ loves us. And forcing our religious views on other people is the wrong way to do it. And I think that would be also another healthy discussion. I think the more we can discuss...
Forcing anything on somebody else is not going to go.
Discussion is tremendously helpful. And I think it's beneficial. Also, let Josh get through tomorrow night with my other keeper, but as Kim and him started talking, my husband has a tremendous story, and I would really like his testimony to be, And Kim does so wonderfully with all that and interviewing with that, that I would hope that he would do that. And I think it would almost be like a 2 or 3 part just thing to go through all that he has been through. And I can tell you one thing, at the end of his story so far, if you don't see the hands of God on him, I don't know what to tell you, because that's what I see. That's what, other people have said. So that's probably going to happen. That's just going to take some time. There's a time and a place in the audience. Mind people to discuss politics. When politics supersedes morals, it becomes obvious friendships need to be reevaluated. Absolutely. Lori, I absolutely agree.
Hoopy loopy.
I 100% agree. You going in for the flag? I agree 100%. Again, if people want to know where we kind of stand, it's right there in the Bible. I'm not going to debate the Bible. If I'm going to go to where, for us, where we're going for our moral compass is the Bible. But it still doesn't mean that we need to come with everybody with this is the Bible and this is, yeah, it is. It has it in there, and that's it. And there's not really a discussion point after that. But can we do this with a little bit more love at the end of it? And when you reevaluate morals blended with politics, it's also time to reevaluate friendships. I agree. I have been very careful. Hi, Sandy. How I have walked a fine line, and I will say that. And I'm not going into Hobby Lobby because I know that I'll get in trouble.
You go into Hobby Lobby, we're getting out of here before they close.
I've had to walk a fine line because there's a certain circumstance happening in my life right now that has happened because of political and religious views as a part of it. It is not something that I felt that I wanted to totally air, so I've had to walk this very carefully. But I can say at the end of it, was it worth it? Absolutely not. And I can say that at the end of this, there are people I love that I would never think about doing this to, because I would sit there and say, you're some, that's just a small part of you. Challenging another's belief ought to not be necessary when we know our own beliefs to be value, merit, and worth. Then there is no need for discord. Absolutely. I mean, there's just certain subjects I'm like, well, we can talk about it, but at the end of the day, where am I going? And where where the Bible says it's what God said, then it's over. But it's still, I think it's still worthy of a talk when we say, and I kind of gleaned a little bit from what Reese said, how she's wanted that relationship with God and she's looking for that. She'll do that in her own time. But when we start and say, well, we're praying for you, or we're Christians and all, I just think it just sends such a not a great vibe. We can talk about the Bible. Does it mean that we need to tickle the ears? No. But if we're going to talk to somebody about Christ, we got to come in love. Because there are parts of the Bible that people find hard to, they're not difficult, but they're sometimes hard to understand and hard to navigate through. But we've got to come in love first and not come in a harshness. And I think that that's a worthy discussion to have. And I thought about that with kind of what, Reese was kind of talking about as she's, kind of going and navigating that road is, there's a way to do it, but you've got to do it in lots of love. You really do. And that's what Christ is asking us to do. And if we come it that way, or if you, like, we were at the Y, and this gentleman, there was a little girl, or two adults and two little children. Well, their rule at the Y is they come out of the pool at a certain time every hour to make sure that nobody's at the bottom of the pool. It is safe. Nobody's there. And, everything's okay. Kind of giving the adults about 10, 15 minutes of quietness, right? And these two ladies were not following that rule. And so he said something, then he went and got a lifeguard, and they come back and they said, well, we're Christians and we're going to pray for you. And I'm sitting there going, okay, this guy's about 20 yards away from even coming near, even talking to somebody about that. You've just pushed him another 100 yards away. And to me, it's like...
It was... They said something, or he said something because they weren't following the rules.
Yeah, I mean, but my point of it is, if I'm going to sit there and say to somebody, I'm going to pray for you, we're going to sit down and pray. And I'm not going to throw around, I'm a Christian, I'm going to pray for you. Even coming from a Christian perspective, I found that somewhat offensive and rude. And I was just like, okay, what example? And that's I think to some degree, the example that goes out in the world, and it doesn't sit right. Personal beliefs are just that, personal. Much like medical records choose what style underwear we choose. It's personal, absolutely. Maybe a bit much for someone who grew up with a different faith. Works better for someone to show Christianity by example. Just my point of view. They are watching. Like I said the other night when Misha was on, Awakened by the Looking Glass, I said, if I was not and had a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, I would be running to her saying, what are you doing through her situation? It is just unimaginable. What are you doing to be able at the end say you're working to forgive somebody that took your daughter's life? They are watching through examples of what we are doing. But I think we can navigate it better, and I think that I just really, it's very much laid on my heart that there needs to be some discussions happening prior to November, where I'm not going to sit here and tell you who I'm voting for. None of anybody's business. But, or my family, we're not here to tell that. And I remember Elvis Presley sitting there one time, and there was a lady who was talking, and it was just way back, talking about the Vietnam War and saying, Mr. Presley, if you had to be drafted again, would you at this time still be drafted underneath the circumstances with the Vietnam War and everything? And guess what? He very, very nicely said to her, and she asked the question like 2 or 3 different times in different ways, and he just said, ma'am, I would rather keep my political affiliations to myself. I'm just an artist. I that's my own personal view. I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm just an artist. I'm here to entertain people. And I'm paraphrasing this terribly, but it was something to that degree. I'm just an artist. I'd rather keep that information to myself and not discuss that here. I'm just an entertainer. And he really never, ever discussed political stuff out in public. He just was like, nope. Because he knew if he did, he was going to have people that were Republicans, people that were Democrats, and he was going to divide his support. And he said, I'm not doing that. And he didn't for a very long time. From what I can hear, he was a Democrat, and then he turned Republican later on in life. But he never sat there discussing it outside of anything. He said, I'm an artist. That's all I am. I'd rather keep that to myself. I think it was such a wise move. Smart. I am not subscribe to any beliefs, still do not challenge others' beliefs. I might opinion their morals or lack of therefore, but not that. A perfect example of why voting booths exist. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, again, people are watching what you're doing. What are you doing? That you could, people are watching what you're doing, how you're acting. And again, I said I'd be running back to Misha, and she says again and again, it's not by my strength I'm doing it, but by God's. What's your secret? It's as simple as that. And everybody can believe what they want to believe. And it's like I said, in this chat, we're going to come in here, we're going to be respectful. You don't have to agree with everything I said. You can state your own opinion. I want to hear it. It's why I've talked to, I'm going to say her name wrong. Xina, is it? Ximena. I can't, I'm going to get it right, or wrong probably, but I've talked with her. And she has agreed to come on because I said, I want to have, Jimena, I want to have a healthy discussion.
Craig's wife, Jimena.
Healthy discussion, yes. Healthy discussion about what I believe and what she believes. And I said, but at the end of the day, I want to leave with you and I are still friends. I think what she has gone through in her own personal life, coming out of an abusive relationship, is very powerful. And her story needs to be told, as well as everybody's story needs to be told. And if it saves one young girl who thinks she can fix that person, it's worth it. You know, it is absolutely 100% worth it. But we can differ in our beliefs, but I still call her a friend. It's that simple. And I think that she's a sweetheart of a lady. And I think when we start looking at friends from what they believe or what they believe politically, I think we reduce our people by, we reduce our size of people and our connection size. And that's just no fun. We need everybody's way their minds works. It's amazing. You know, it was like today we were in the car and we were getting the packages ready to send off to Cricket. My mom's like, why did you have to make this so complicated? And I'm like, I'm not making it complicated. To me, it wasn't complicated. To everybody else who helped me put it together, it was. But it wasn't at the end of the day. But I made sure that every package that went out had a little note inside. It was pre-printed, but that everyone had a note, but that it was hand signed. And when we send any of our soap caddies out, or like I sent somebody their Blessed Connection cake today, it has a handwritten note inside of it. Why? Because it's just a little something, to say thank you. So I put these, it's backwards, but I put these, but we signed it in with those things, just to say, hey guys, you're worth a little note and a little sign and everything. Be respectful. Countless religions, belief system. Absolutely. Absolutely. People have to see it. People have to experience it. The only thing that I would suggest, in my own personal view, is just pay attention if you are going to a church that may decide. There's churches out there, guys, that tickle your ears, and I say that in the ultimate respect of it. If they're not teaching the Bible cover to cover, and they're kind of sitting there telling you all the things you want to hear and not talking about the whole Bible.
I have to interrupt you on that.
Okay.
Because
that's my view.
What it is there's two types of churches out there. There's the Feel Good Church and the Hellfire and Damnation. Well, there's a third church. There's the in-between church. But the Feel Good Church doesn't tell you about sin. The Hellfire and Damnation Church tells us all we're going to hell if we don't change our ways. And then the in-between church is the church you really need to go to. It doesn't always teach you about feel-good policies, but it doesn't always teach you about hellfire and damnation either.
Yeah. So find it. The only thing that I would say, if you're looking for a church, look for a church that is truly preaching God's word from start to finish. They're not taking out things or adding things or only preaching on certain things and not other things. And you think I'm long. My mother's in there searching for
She's only been in there for like 10 minutes. Don't even go there. Oh, she's in there for a long time.
I know. I go in there. And
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We got here at 6:55. It's now 7:15.
So
she's been in there a whole 20 minutes.
But there is a certain I was saying to everybody earlier, Sandy, that there's a certain picture I want to see if somebody can do so I can make some Mocha merch, but I don't know what to put underneath it. Whether put Mocha Crew or something, or just put Mocha with a little picture with her head like this. I'm thinking of just that, because it would just stand like that. I don't know yet. I have to. I know exactly what picture I want to use because it's the most precious picture. So anyway, I'm going to head off here because she should be out any minute. And then I know, she's coming out now. And we're going to go grab some dinner at Jersey Mike's because we're all tired. And Reese should be coming on soon. Those that want to go over, I know she's going to be coming on shortly. So go check her out. Tommy should be on tonight. And I hope everybody has a great day and stays connected. I love all of you. There is disco ball merch in our merch store, so go check that out. And again, hit that subscribe button. There are super chats and memberships available for those that want to support the channel. And thank you all for your support and love. And we will talk to you later. Stay connected, and we got you covered.